Good morning and happy Wednesday, everybody. My name is Amanda. Let's go ahead and get started. We're going to do some yoga Pilates this morning, 45-minute class. So some options for props include a block. You can also use a book or a pillow if you don't have a block, a set of light weights. You can also use a water bottle or a candle, of course a mat, some water, and you can also do it with just your body weight using no equipment whatsoever. All right, let's start with our warm-up. A nice light step, nice high knees, chest is lifted, big inhales, big exhales, shoulders stacked over your hips, landing soft on the balls of your feet. A few more just like this. For 2 and 1. Go ahead and stretch out to the side, reaching your same arm, same leg, opposite direction, long stretches, lengthening that side body. Keeping it going just like this. Still moving from side to side. Let's do one more on each side. And then coming to feet hip width apart, we have some air squats, warming up that lower body just a little bit more. Chest remains lifted. You can have your hands at heart center. You can also have your elbows wide, whatever you prefer. Let's do 2 more air squats. Then coming to a wide stance. Feet are wide in your hips, toes slightly turn out. Reach your arms out by your side. Reach down, tapping the opposite inside ankle as you bend your leg. Keeping it going. Let's do one more on each side. And then we're going to stay low on our squat, bending our knees, bringing our hips down, arms forward in a windmill motion. Chest remains nice and lifted. Go ahead and reverse that direction. Opening up your shoulders, keeping your shoulders stacked over your hips. Core is engaged. Go ahead and bring your hands lightly to your hips. Slowly hinge forward at the waist. Give yourself a nice big hug and squeeze your shoulder blades together as you open up your arms. Keeping it going. Few more breaths just like this. Nice long spine. And then coming on down to a runner's lunge, left leg forward, pressing into your left knee but not letting it pass your toes. Open up your right hip. And then draw your hips back as you straighten your front left leg. Maybe point and flex your toes. Maybe wiggle out your ankle. And then just gently switching sides. Big step forward with your right foot. Open up your left hip on this side. Go ahead and draw your hips back, straighten your front right leg. Maybe point and flex your right toes, maybe wiggle out your ankle. All right, go ahead and come onto a standing. Roll your shoulder blades back, roll them forward, shake out anything else that you might need to this morning. Let's go ahead and get into our workout here. Option grab a set of light weights. I'm using 1 pound just for reference. Go higher, do without, whatever you'd like. We're gonna go ahead and bring our feet wider than our hips. Toes are turned out, arms up to the sky, palms facing forward. We have big star into goddess pose. Cactusing the arms as you come into a low squat. So we have unique moves throughout the class. We're gonna do them for a full minute. Just 1 time each move. So just think, give it your all for just those 60 seconds. Keeping it going here. Halfway there. You got this. Palms are facing away. Chest is lifted. Slow it down as much as you need to. Still going. Still moving. Almost there. Last 10, just like this. Drawing your elbows down, bringing them parallel to your shoulders for 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and come and stand. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. Reach your right arm overhead. Draw your right knee into your chest for single leg mountain. We have right arm to right knee, forward, and out to the front. Grounding through the sole of your left foot. You can also step your leg down in between, working that right oblique, You can keep your left hand on your hip, down by your side. You can also bring it out to a T. Keeping it going. Right leg, single leg mount, alternating. Knee forward, knee out to the side. Maybe adding that step in. Maybe taking that step out. 10 more seconds here, and we're gonna switch sides. You got this. Right leg, single leg mountain, alternating forward and side. Set that right leg down, shake it out. Left arm up towards the ceiling. Go ahead and draw that left knee up towards your chest, flexing your toes. Left elbow down, left knee up, alternating forward and out to the side. Maybe you add that tap down in between. Core is nice and engaged, really grounding through the sole of your right foot. You got this. Maybe just relaxing that right arm, maybe drawing your right arm to your hip, maybe bringing it out to a T. Whatever works for you. Keep it going. Almost there. You got this. Last 10, just like this. Left arm, left knee grounding through the sole of your right foot for 3, 2, and 1. Bring that left leg down. Maybe shake it out. Come to a low chair position. So your chest lifted, tucking your hips under. Draw your arms back. Palms face in. Little pulses up. Chest remains lifted. And of course, this can be done with the weights or without. Chest stays lifted. Chair pose, tricep pulses. Trying to get your arms straighter. Trying to get them higher. All right, we're halfway. Bring the palms facing upwards. Still pulsing. Arms straighter, arms higher. Maybe sink your hips an inch or two lower. Maybe lift your toes off the floor. Beautiful. You got this. Almost there. Still going. We're going to come into a warrior pose next. Keep it going. All right, go ahead and draw your left leg out away from your body, right leg forward. Draw the left hand behind your head, right arm out to the side. We're going to tap our left elbow to our left knee and then draw your right arm away from your body. So you're working both obliques here. Nice little stretch as you extend that right arm nice and long, grounding through your right pinky. Keep it going. Knee is tracking out over your toes. Almost there. Still going, still moving. You are more than halfway through this move. Last, and then we're going to rest our left arm to our left leg. And 5, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and draw your left arm to your left leg. We're going to bring our right arm to the inside of our left leg and then reach it up towards the ceiling, opening up that chest. Keeping it going, core is engaged. Slow it down as much as you need to. We're not going for speed on this one. Focus on your form, focus on your breath. Still grounding through your right pinky. Opening up your left knee. Right arm taps down to the inside of your left leg. Right arm releases up towards the ceiling. You're welcome to stay looking down towards your left leg. You can also follow the weight. You can also keep your gaze up towards the ceiling. Keeping it going. Moving with control. Last 10 here. Last 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and shake it out. Come on up to a standing position. Feet are wide in your hip, toes slightly turned out. We're going to bring our palms facing inward. Come to a low squat, to an Arnold press up as you draw your palms away from your body. Palms are in that low squat, palms away. Working into those shoulders. Chest stays lifted. Knees are tracking out over your toes. Slow, controlled movements here. You got this. Nice, low, wide squat. Maybe sinking your hips an inch or two lower. Palms face in as you sink your hips low. Press your palms up and away. As you come to standing, avoid locking your knees. Keep a nice soft bend in your knees. Last 3, 2, and 1. Set one weight down if you have one. If you don't use any equipment right now, just pretend. We're going to draw figure 8s around our legs. Think drawing opposite shoulder to opposite knee, staying low in that squat. Just drawing a figure 8 around your ankles, maybe your calves, maybe your knees, reaching for whatever you can. Staying low. Option to switch sides in 3, 2, and 1. Option to challenge yourself, switching directions. Of course, you can always stay in the same direction you began. Keeping it going, sinking your hips lower, drawing your shoulder further down. As you move from side to side, gently passing that weight or that block. Avoid bringing your hips up as you pass. Last 7. Keeping it going here. All right, go ahead and come up to standing. We're going to come into our warrior on the other side. Right toes face away from the body. Left toes face forward. Soft bend in your front right knee. Right elbow wide behind the head. Left arm straight back. We're going to tap right elbow to right knee and then extend those left fingertips long away from your body. Imagine you're trying to reach for something. Keeping it going. You got this. You've been here before. Keeping everything nice and symmetrical. Right elbow to right knee. Left arm extends long as you come up to standing. Keeping that deep bend in your right knee, grounding through the outside pinky of your left foot. In 7, we're going to rest our right arm down. Still going. All right, go ahead and bring that right arm down, palms facing up. Draw that left hand inside your right ankle and then reach up towards the ceiling. Slow and controlled movements. Really extend your left arm long towards your right ankle and then high up towards the ceiling. Keeping it going. Almost there. Left hand to right knee and then reaching up. Core is nice and engaged, allowing you to open up your chest here. Left hand to right ankle, left arm up towards the ceiling. Almost there. We're so close. We're going to come up to a standing position, keeping those weights in our hands if we're using them. And 2, and 1. Come on up to standing. Go ahead and bring your feet closer than hip width. Palms are facing up. Soft bend in your knees. Soft bend in your elbows. We have alternating opposite cross body raises. So palms are facing up. Your arms still have that soft bend. You're almost drawing your hand up to the opposite shoulder. Keeping it going, grounding through the sole of your feet. Shoulders are stacked over your hips. Keep it going, flexing your bicep as you extend your arm up in diagonal. Still moving. You got this. We're going to come into some lunges and some curtsies next. You got this. Last 3, 2, and 1. Finish up where you're at. Go ahead and come into a standing position. We have a right reverse lunge with a narrow row. We're going to come into a reverse fly with a curtsy. So just that right leg is moving. Slightly hinge forward at your waist, working into that Inner and outer thigh here. Working the upper body as well. Core is nice and engaged. Gently tapping that right foot down. Keeping that soft bend in your front left knee. Keeping it going. Chest is lifted. Reverse lunge with a narrow row. Curtsy with the reverse fly. Of course, you can take out any of those moves if you'd like, doing just the upper body or doing just the lower body, doing what you can today. All right, we're gonna switch sides. Same thing here, reverse lunge with the row, working into that left leg, reverse fly with the curtsy. Still keeping that soft bend in your front right leg. Keeping it going. We're gonna come onto the floor, onto your mat next. You got this. Reverse lunge, woo. Reverse lunge, narrow row, curtsy with the fly. Keeping it going, doing what you can today. Maybe smiling through it. You can do this. If at any time, of course, you need water, grab that water, take a sip, take a breather. Make this workout your own. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and set your weights down. We're going to come onto a high plank position. So extend your legs back, and we're going to press our hips up here. We're going to come into a down dog position. We're going to turn our right leg up, single leg down dog, to a single leg mountain climber. So just the right leg is moving. Slow it down as much as you need to. You can do this from a high plank into a down dog. You can also work from a tabletop, keeping your left knee down. Still extend your right leg up, and then right knee towards your right elbow. Core is nice and engaged. Gaze is down between your thumb and index finger. Still going. Last 2 and 1. Come back to your tabletop, tuck your toes, pressing back up to our down dog. From here, we have alternating ankle taps. Staying high in that down dog. You can also work from a tabletop, just tapping the opposite outside knee, maybe reaching for that ankle if you can. So whether you are in a down dog position or you're in a tabletop, hips raised or hips lowered, doing what you can. Almost there. I did not forget about our left side. This is just a nice fun move to break up the right and left side. We'll do the left side next. Down dog or tabletop, opposite outside ankle taps, maybe knee taps. Keeping it going. All right, wherever you're at, tabletop or down dog, draw your left leg up and then left knee to left elbow. Keeping that left leg on the left plane of your body. Avoid crossing over towards the right. Just left leg extends up and then left knee draws in. You got this, keeping it moving. You're halfway there. Grounding through your right foot, pressing through both of your palms. High plank or down dog. Left leg extends high for single leg down dog or single leg tabletop to left knee to left arm. We're going to lay flat on our belly next, keeping it going. All right, gently release your knees down and then come lean onto your stomach. Extend your legs long out behind you. Grab one weight in each hand. We're going to lift our feet up. So we're drawing a slight V of our knees. Our heels are together, arms out in front, chest is lifted, knees are lifted. We're gonna row our arms back as we keep our knees nice and lifted. Maybe squeezing your glutes. Gaze is down towards the floor. Avoid straining your neck. Still going. Arm back pulls. You got this. We're so close. We're gonna lay on our back next. Keeping it going. Maybe getting your knees a little bit higher. Arms a little bit wider. Last 3, 2, and 1. Keep those weights. Come on over to the back side of your body. Laying down. From here, we're going to keep our elbows wide behind our head. Chin is lifted. Draw your knees to a tabletop. We have 3 bicycle crunches. Alternating opposite elbow to opposite knee. Right knee taps the left leg. Right leg raise and lower. Back to 3 bicycles. Left elbow to right knee. Left leg raise and lower. Slow and controlled. Your lower back is pressed into the floor. If it raises up or if you have any discomfort, just keep your legs at a higher level. The lower your legs are, the more challenging it's going to be. Keep it going. We're going to grab that block next. And 5. Last 2. And 1. Keep those weights off to the side. Go ahead and grab your block. Place it between your feet. Of course, you can also use a pillow or a book if you like. Just make sure you don't drop it, whatever you're using. Or you can also pretend elbows are wide behind the head. Knees are slightly open. We're just going to bend and extend our knees. Keeping your knees over your hips. That allows it to keep in your lower ab work. We're also working our inner and outer thighs here. You got this. You can have your elbows wide behind your head. Head is rested on the floor, gazing up towards the ceiling. You can also have your palms facing down just by your side. If you'd like a little bit more back support, you can also bring your hands under your bum. Keeping it going, just bending and extending, legs to the ceiling, and then heels towards your glutes. Last 5, core is engaged. 3, 2, and 1. Keep your knees bent. Knees still remain tracking slightly over your hips. And we have butterfly knees, open and close. Maybe your knees tap, they do not have to. Core is nice and engaged. Lower back is pressing deep into the floor by engaging your core. Drawing your navel deep in towards your spine. Keeping it going. Just an open and close. Same thing here. Elbows can be wide, hands behind the head. Gaze up towards the ceiling. You can also just rest your palms down by your hips, or for more support, you can place them under your bum. Keeping it going. Your feet are parallel to your knees. Just open and close. Lower back press into the floor. We're going to extend our arms and legs long and pass that block between our arms and our legs. And 2, and 1. Extend your legs long, hovering the floor, arms reach long overhead. Reach up, grab the block, arms and legs extend. Come back up, pass the block to your feet, arms and legs extend. So you're alternating, raising and lowering your legs with the block either in your feet or between your palms. Same thing here, lower back is pressed into the floor. You can have your chin towards your chest, shoulders lifted. Keeping it going, doing what you can today. Almost there. We're going to come to a seated position next. You got this. Still with that block. Block pass through. Arms and legs, same motion, whether they have that block or not. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Draw your knees into your chest. Rolling up to a seated position. Keep that block with you. You can have the block on its lowest setting. You can have it medium. You can have it high, whatever you prefer. We're gonna lean back. You can press your palms down. You can also lean onto your forearms, whatever you prefer. Extend your left leg long, your right leg long. Right leg taps up and over the block. Core is nice and engaged. Now, if this is too easy, of course, you can always change the height of your block, making it higher, making it lower. If that's still too easy, try hovering that left leg. Oh yeah, feel that burn. You got this. Lean slightly back onto your forearms or your wrist. We're gonna switch sides in 3, 2, and 1. Draw your knees into your chest. All right, extend that block back out. Right leg, left leg, nice and long. Right leg a little bit wider. Left leg taps up and over. Again, you can have that block on the lowest setting. You can have it on its side, or you can have it on its highest setting. Whatever you prefer, doing what you can. Avoid touching the block with your left foot. Just gently reaching up and over. Lean back on your wrist. You can also lean back onto your forearms. Keeping it going. Core is nice and engaged. Almost there. Of course, you know what's coming. You can hover that right leg to add a little bit more heat to the core. Challenge yourself more. This is your workout. We're going to grab that block in 3. Keeping it going. All right, go ahead and grab that block. Place the block between your hands. Legs are zipped together. Feet are flexed. Block between your palms. We're going to roll back. Arms tap overhead. Reaching up, full body sit up. Tap the block towards your toes or past your toes. Keeping it going. Full range of motion. Sit up. Block towards your toes or past. Keeping it going. Core is engaged. Almost there. Engage your glutes. Engage your core. Full range of motion, sit up, toes stay flexed. You can of course also have a bend in your knees if you'd like. Almost there. Keeping it going. Raise and lower, full sit up. Go ahead and grab that block, place it between your thighs. Come onto your back, knees are bent, drawing your heels close in towards your glutes. Palms by your side, glute bridge, raise and lower, pressing through the sole of both of your feet. Squeeze your thighs together, squeeze your glutes, not just as you raise your hips up high, but also as you lower them, barely tapping and coming right back up. Gaze up towards the ceiling, resting your head flat on the floor. Core is engaged. Imagine somebody has a string on your hips and they're drawing them up towards the ceiling and then barely releasing them down before they're drawing them right back up. Keeping your shoulders grounded into the floor. Avoid doing a bridge or a wheel in this position. Just your hips raise and lower. Lower body lift and lower. Keeping it going. All right, go ahead and stop, block off to the side. Come lean onto your left side, grabbing a single weight. You can prop your head up with your left hand or extend it long. We're going to extend both of our legs on. We're just laying at the beach. From here, we're going to draw our knees in, heels towards your seat, right arm up. We have a raised leg clamshell with a tricep bend and extend. So if you look over your right hip, you'll see your heels, maybe your toes, keeping them at hip or shoulder height. Just open and close, raised leg clamshell, working the inner and outer thighs, adding in that tricep extension if you would like. Keeping it going. Open and close. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Put that weight off to the side. This time we're going to send our legs nice and long. You can also have a bend in your lower leg for more stability. You can rest your head down or keep it propped up. From here, we're just going to raise and lower that top leg. You can point or flex your toes. Most important thing is engaging your core, keeping your top right hip directly stacked over your bottom right. If you find that you're wobbling forwards or backwards, just place your hand in front or bend that bottom knee slightly more to give you a little bit more stability. If you find that you want to add more heat to the core, you can extend that left bottom leg long. You can also draw your right arm up towards the ceiling, challenging your core, making sure you're not rolling forwards or backwards. Still going, still moving. Almost there. You got this. We're gonna hold that right leg lifted in 3, 2, and 1. Draw your right arm down if you had it lifted. Keep that right leg lifted. So if you look over, it's about shoulder or hip height. Flex your foot. We're gonna draw that right knee into the right elbow and then press it back, pressing through with your right heel. Right knee to right elbow and then pressing back. Keeping it going, core is nice and engaged. Same thing here, if you find that you're not stable on that left hip, keeping your right hip stacked over, you can draw that bottom knee further up, giving you a little bit more stability, a little bit more support. Keeping your form your utmost priority. Still going, still moving. Right knee to right elbow, and then kicking back behind you, keeping that foot nice and flexed. Maybe you feel that slight pinch in your outer right hip as you extend that leg back. Keeping it going. All right, go ahead and extend that bottom left leg. Draw your top left leg on above it. From here, we're just gonna lift and lower. Tiny lifts and lower, pointing that left foot. So now we're working our inner left leg. Same thing here, you can keep your head propped up. You can also extend your arm, just relaxing your head down. If you can keep your top right foot grounded, you can also release your right hand and just place it down. You can also continue to hold your right ankle for more support. We're trying to keep that left leg hovering the whole time. Nice straight left leg. Just a lift and a lower. Still going, still moving. Tiny lift and lower. We're gonna switch to the right side next. You got this. All right, go ahead and quickly swivel on over to the opposite side, grabbing one weight with your left hand, cracking your head up with your right hand. Draw your knees into your chest, lift your legs up, lift your top left arm up. From here, just open and close. Keeping it going. Almost there. Working the inner and outer thighs. Still going. Still moving. Leg raise clamshell. Maybe you can see your toes or your heels over your left hip. Left arm bends and extends. Keeping it going. Moving with control. Top left hip remains stacked over your bottom right. Almost there. We're going to release those legs down in 3, 2. Go ahead and set your weight down. Extend your legs long or keep that bottom right knee bent if you'd like. You can point or flex your toes and then just raise and lower that top left leg. Working that outer left hip. Keeping it going. Core is nice and engaged. That top left hip remains stacked directly over your bottom right, so you're not rolling backwards, you're not rolling forwards. If you are, you find that you're losing a little bit more control, just place your left hand down in front. You can also bend that bottom right knee. Keeping it going. It's like that. Rub your belly, pat your head, trying to keep one leg bent, one leg straight. All right, and of course you can always draw that top left arm up towards the ceiling, pointing or flexing your left toes. You can get that left leg as high as you'd like, or just raise it as high as you can. Wherever you're at, go ahead and draw that left arm down if you have it up towards the ceiling. Keep that left leg hovering, strong flex through your foot. We're gonna draw that left knee into the left elbow. Maybe it taps, Maybe it just comes super close. Of course, you can adjust your left leg or left arm as much as you need to. Bring it lower, bring it higher, make it more challenging. Keep it going. Pressing through your left heel as you extend it long back behind you. Keeping it going. Left elbow extends long. Still moving with control. Left knee to left elbow. Left heel kicks back. Almost there. We have those inner thigh leg lifts and lowers coming up next. Core is engaged. Top left hip remains stacked over your bottom. Still moving, still breathing. Go ahead and extend that bottom right leg and then draw your top left knee up. We're just going to lift and lower, pointing that bottom right leg, trying to keep that left thigh nice and high. Keep that bottom right thigh lifted the entire time. Maybe you hold on to your left ankle. Maybe you can release your arm. Challenge yourself. Mine always slides down. Keep it going. Just a lift and a lower. Core is nice and engaged. You can, of course, relax your head down, extending your right arm long, or keeping your head propped up if you would like, doing what you can. We're going to come onto our back. You got this. And 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Go ahead and lay onto your backside. From here, both feet are grounded in. Draw your hips up, coming to a glute bridge. Extend your left leg up towards the ceiling. We're going to draw that left leg down. Pull it under through your right leg, and then draw it up towards the ceiling. So your hips stay lifted the entire time. Just your left leg is bending and extending. Left toes up towards the ceiling, and then left toes reach under your right glute, under your right thigh. Keep it going. Core is engaged. Keeping your hips nice and high the entire time. You got this. Last 7, 3, 2, and 1. Grab that block. Place it at one of its settings. Place it under your hips. And then just relax here. Holding here for a few breaths. And then we'll come into the next side. All right, whatever setting you have it on, go ahead and release that block out from underneath you. Feet are hip width apart and parallel. And then drawing your hips up, coming to a bridge. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling, strong point through your toes. And then draw the right toes under and through your left leg. Keeping your hips nice and lifted. Strong point the right toes up to the ceiling, and then under the left thigh. Keeping it going. Almost there. You got this. Power through to the very end. Right leg up to the ceiling, hips remain lifted, lengthening that body. Whew. If you get a slight cramp, just shake it out. We'll be here waiting for you. Left leg up to the ceiling. Left toes pointed. Keep it going. Core is engaged. Go ahead and release both of your feet down. Draw your elbows up towards your side. Cross your right knee over your left thigh. And then draw your right hand underneath for eagle posture. We're going to draw our right elbow towards our right knee for eagle crunches. If the knees bother you, you can unwrap them. If the arms bother you, you can also unwrap them. Doing what you can today. Right knee over left, right arm under left, crunching up. Maybe your right knee and elbow tap. Maybe they just come close. Keeping it going. Eagle eagle crunches, full range of motion. Extend long and then crunching up. Almost there. Last 5, 3, 2, and 1. Release down. Catch your breath. Place both feet back on the floor. We have the other side. Left leg crosses over the right. If you'd like, left arm crosses underneath. Eagle arms, eagle legs, and then drawing the knees up, chest down. Maybe your left elbow taps your left knee. Maybe it just comes super close. Of course, you can unwind your arms. You can unbind your legs and just do crunches if you would like. You can also just do one or the other. Keeping it going, doing what you can, working so hard, remembering why you showed up on your mat today, remembering what you want to get out of this class. Still going, still moving, exhaling on the crunch. All right, release everything down. Extend your arms and legs long in opposite directions. Tiny little arch in your back for a nice abdominal stretch. Reaching long, reaching further. And then from here, go ahead and keep laying on your back. Draw your right knee in towards your right shoulder, avoiding your rib cage. Keep your left leg extended long. Maybe wiggling out your toes. And then with your left hand, gently grabbing the outside of your right knee, pulling across your body for a nice spinal stretch, and looking out over your right shoulder. You can extend your right arm long. You can also cactus your arm. Maybe your right elbow touches the floor. Coming back through center, draw that right knee into your right shoulder one more time, and then switching sides. Right leg extends long, left leg comes up towards your left shoulder, avoiding your rib cage. Maybe rotating your ankles. And then gently with your right hand, grabbing the outside of your left knee, pulling across your right side of your body, looking out over your left shoulder. You can extend your left arm long. You're also welcome to cactus it. And then coming back, left knee draws up toward your left shoulder one more time, and then draw both of your knees into your chest, rolling from side to side. Additional lower back release. And then with your knees still in towards your chest, rock and roll yourself a few times along your spine before finally coming up to a seated position as many times as you'd like. And then extend your right leg long, drawing your sole of your left foot in towards your right thigh. Right arm comes down, left arm reaches up overhead, chin and chest is lifted. And then left arm down, nose to knee, heart to thigh. Gently rolling up slowly. Extend your left leg long, draw the sole of your right foot inside your left leg. Left arm comes down to the inside of your left leg. Right arm reaches up overhead, keeping your chin and chest lifted. Enjoying that stretch all on the right side body. On your next exhale, gently bring your right arm down, nose to knee, heart to thigh, framing the left leg. Gently rolling up slowly, drawing the soles of your feet together. And then just gently flapping your knees in a butterfly motion. You can stay in an upright position, keeping your feet as close to you or as far away as you'd like. If you'd like a lower back stretch, extend your legs slightly further, making more of that diamond shaped. Place your hands underneath your calves and then place your palms on top of the shoelace portion of your feet, and then draw your forehead down towards your toes. Hold it here for one more breath. And then gently coming up on your exhale. Come on up to a standing position. Feet are wider than your hips. Nice big inhale. Let's do one more for good luck today. Awesome work. Thank you so much, everyone. Again, my name's Amanda, and that was Yoga Lattes. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to stretch as much as you need to. Drink plenty of water, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.